because they changed the software. I mean, it seems more clear, but not easy to use. How to do the
so if you drag down participants, you can see my name. Or if you just find a participant.
Yeah, Kyrie. Yeah, I find you. And more. Cannot select more. It seems I'm not the host. Or make host. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
you are
thank
the
you.
host now. Yeah, thank you. Maybe you can talk a little bit about your project and because the two group together.
Yeah. So, okay. So for this project, for the last stage of our lab, I just want to quickly review what we have done in module 1, module 2. In module 1, we talk about the fundamentals of the signal processing, which we used filters and we performed spectral analysis. Based on the report, I think everyone have done a great job. And module 2, we used short-term Fourier transform, continuous wavelet transform, and discrete wavelet transform to analyze the data a bit more. And I think all the groups have done a great job again. So in this module, as biomedical engineers, we are trying to use the tools that we learned in module 1 and 2 in some real biomedical related projects. And for my project is EEG based project. So this is a data set that I talked about last week. And if we scroll down here into this section, we actually can see this experiment is using 48 recorded channels. And in the 48 channels, there are 32 EEG channels showing here. So I think this is a part where when you write your report, you have to explain a bit more in the introduction part. That's linking the information from biology or physiology to engineering. So in this stage 3 report, we are not only looking for the tools that you can use because you have already demonstrated your ability to use spectral analysis and wavelet in previous reports. So in this project, at this stage, we want to see how you actually use these tools to solve actual problems. And in order to do that, the first thing we need to understand is what exactly is EEG or what are these channels for. So there are channel numbers, that's easy to understand, but there are FP, AF, F7, F3. What are those things? So it says according to the 1020 system. So if it's the first time you ever use EEG or ever studied EEG, you would have no idea what's a 1020 system. So in order to know that, normally we just go to UTS library, we type EEG. And since we have pretty much no idea what EEG is, we need to find, instead of articles where they talk a more academic stuff, we wanted even simpler things. So we go to books. And since we can't really come to the library, so we usually just click with the available online, apply filter. And the first book comes up. Usually it's the best book for you to go to, and it's called Atlas of EEG, Steering, and all that. So if we go available online and click that, it directs you to a page that you have to put in your student ID and password, and it gives you this online access to the book. And in this book, we will see more detail about what's a 1020 electrode placement system is all about for EEG system. So there's a graph explaining where are the electrodes. The electrodes are placed on your scalp, and there are in total 32, normally 32 electrodes on your scalp. And the naming system are following this sequence, F for frontal, C for central, T for temporal, and P for parietal, O for occipital, and all that, and all these rules. So this will help you to understand the meaning of all these channels. The reason why we need to understand this is when we're talking about emotion, we need to understand where that emotion is coming from your brain. So you can choose the correct channel. So whether you choose all 33 channels or you choose some of the 33 channels, and what's the evidence behind your choice. So in order to do that, we first understand what EEG channels are. Then we need to understand where the emotions are coming from. And that is the biology part or anatomy part of this course. So in order to understand that, I recommend this book, Handbook of Clinical Neurology. It's a free book. You can you don't even need to sign in to UTS to have a look. Under chapter 4, there's basics of neuroanatomy and neurophysiology. And if you go all the way down here, there's a section called limbic system. And here, and limbic system, it's responsible for the emotion. So importantly, it involves in the experience and expression of emotion. So what is the limbic system? There's the anatomy of the brain, and the limbic system is showing on the right. It includes thalamus, hippocampus, and all those things. But when you look at this graph, you can see the main part of the limbic system is embedded in your brain. So we call this subcortical region. That means it's not even near the cortical region where you have your frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. It's actually in there. So our EEG signal cannot detect subcortical informations. So what do we do next? We need to look into where does the limbic system connect, and it tells you it mainly connects to the medial prefrontal cortex, which is the middle of your frontal lobe. And if we know that information, when we come back to our data set, we can choose the correct channel for our project, and that becomes this part. So FZ becomes the most important. If you just choose one channel to start with, FZ becomes the most important channel that you should choose. And then when we come back to the data set, we need to look for either FZ or FP1, F3, F4, and accordingly. So that's where we need F3 is here. So probably channel 4 should be the best channel to start with. After that, after that, you can, once you select the right channel and you download the data and get the right participant and music video, then you can start to work on the EEG signal itself, which becomes part of our part 1 and stage 1, stage 2 job that we did. And the last part, once we get the feature extracted, we can go through the classification system. And I think I have already shown a graph. I think that's a deep database. So week 6. where did I put the?
For what?
Oh, it's in the study guide. Yeah, so I put that information in the study guide, the updated study guide.
Okay, is it for study
yeah.
guide? Is in the you go up.
Yeah.
You go to the welcome module. You go to modulus
Yeah.
double yeah, welcome, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the new version 2, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
So okay, so once we've done with the first step and the second step, which is feature extraction, then we simply use this flowchart for classification. So we separate the features into training set and testing set. With the training set, we train the classifier, which is the app that we use in MATLAB. And once we get a satisfied result, we save the model, which is the trend classifier, and use the testing set to test the performance of that classifier. Then we generate the raw curve to finalize the design of our classifier, and that would becomes the end of the overall project. So, any questions? No, all right.
So, we should focus on one channel of the EEG?
I think it's a good start to just focus on one channel, since for this data set, you get a large number of data, even for one person.
Okay.
So if you can just start with one channel, once you get a result from once you get a result from your classifier and see that accuracy, then you can think about how to improve that accuracy by including more channels.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
You are not forced student to learn to use both LabVIEW and MATLAB, right? Maybe just MATLAB.
No, just MATLAB should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. So I just give the host to Jeffrey.
Yeah. If no questions.
If there's no more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi guys. So I just want to tell that for the ECG, some of them had difficulty in terms of recording the ECG data because you said that you didn't have the biomedical module in your LabVIEW. So I just want to, I'll just share my screen now. So if you can see my screen, is my screen visible?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah.
So you got to download something called VI Package Manager. Okay, just make sure you download that. That's a free app. I did tell that in the previous class. So just download that. Once you download that, search for biomedical. And you should see NI Biomedical Toolkit. Select your LabVIEW version and just click install. I've already installed it. And that's all you'll have to do for your biomedical toolkit. And you'll be able to see that toolkit in your
This
LabVIEW.
is free or student can get from?
It's free. It's free. It's given for free.
It's in the website, not UTS website.
No, anyway, you can just type
Okay.
VI Package Manager for LabVIEW. It should come there. NI Package Manager.
Great.
Yeah, I can come to individual rooms if you have doubts, and I can help you out with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all you have to do. I think.
Maybe if a student have no particular questions, maybe you go to the group, individual group.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
help them.
I'll do that.
Maybe because 3 group I think select ECG, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they but they can do a similar thing, but the better
Yeah.
is like they do a little bit different things.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've told each team what they have to do in terms of. So I believe that I've told each team what they have to do.
Yeah.
In terms of classifying. So when I go to each room, I'll help them out.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll give you back the host.
Yes, thank you. So probably give Jeff, give Kari the host.
Yeah.
We need to
okay.
break out the room, and this time I think maybe give we give 8 room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
made
just
5 reports now.
yeah, I just want to do an individual discussion about how to for the presentation. We
Yep,
use
yep,
video clips because next Monday is holiday, so
yep, yep.
I need to discuss with each group what's their
Okay,
preference, and then we do a
okay,
final decision.
okay.
End of this class, today's
Yeah,
class. I will tell
okay.
them. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So
Yep,
maybe we start at 7:30. We
yep.
restart. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir? Hello?
Wait. Hi. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Hello.
Yeah, sir, can you make me co-host and
Yes,
assign me
yes.
to a room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give first give you I should first
Co-host,
yeah
then
should find you. Yeah. Biplov is with us.
I think I already assigned him to one of the rooms.
Yeah. So I give you to room 1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Biplov. Hi, Jeffio.
Yeah, hi, sir. I'm there. I'm here.
I give you co-host.
Yeah, sure.
Are you
That'll help.
co-host? No? No?
I think, let me see what I'm, yeah, I'm already the co-host. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In that case, you can join to each room, right? Whatever
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want.
I'm
Maybe
going now to the room.
you go into room, I think room,
I'll go to room 5 first.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
cool.
will go to room 2. Is there?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.